Real estate always goes up. At least that's what most people will reply when asked, why is real estate a great investment? In today's video, I'm going to share 3 reasons why real estate is a great investment so that the next time you're asked this question, you'll know exactly what to say. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Koukun and I'm a real estate investor and I run a real estate team here in the Niagara region. If you're interested in learning more about what we do, check out the link in the comments below to get a free copy of our beginner's guide to investing in the Niagara region. The first is predictability. Warren Buffett says before he invests in any company, he always looks to see what is the future potential of this business and can he predict it with a fair degree of certainty. This is very difficult to do when it comes to investing in companies because of competition and how technology may disrupt the competitive advantage of a company. Real estate, however, is fairly simple to predict. We can start with looking at the supply and demand equation for real estate. On the demand side, real estate is a need. People cannot choose not to have a home. So the demand for housing will be based on the number of people that live in a given area and how fast that number of people is growing. Now, the population growth in a given area is going to be determined by its birth rate and its immigration or emigration rate. Now, the birth rate in Ontario and even Canada is fairly low, and this is the case in most developed nations. However, we are the exception when it comes to the immigration rate. We have an exceptionally high amount of immigration. This means that the population is going to grow and there's going to be more people moving here who will need homes to live in. Now, on the supply side, are we building enough homes to meet this demand of population growth? No, the answer is absolutely not. We are not even close. CMHC has come out with a report saying that we are currently over 1 million homes short of meeting the current demand by 2030. This means we need to increase the pace that we're building homes by 52% compared to what we've done up to this point. One of the reasons for this also is that Ontario is one of the most expensive places to build homes prior to the actual construction and labor costs, just to get the approval and permission to build a new home. As a result, we can predict with a fair degree of certainty that over the next 10 years, real estate is going to be in more demand than it is now. Rents are going to be higher, real estate prices are going to be higher, and there's going to be a further shortage of homes at that point. The second reason real estate is a great investment is attractive financing. You can purchase real estate with just 20% down and you can borrow from a bank 80% of the purchase price of the property. And this loan comes with very favorable terms. Here's what I mean. Have you ever heard of the concept of a margin call? This is when you borrow money to invest in the stock market. A margin call happens when your stock comes down in value beyond a certain threshold and then the bank or the lender forces you to sell your stock in order to pay them back. You're forced to sell your investment at possibly the worst time because it's come down significantly to hit this margin call requirement, and you don't have a choice. You either sell the stock to pay them back or you pony up some of your own money to meet that margin call. With a mortgage, the value of your home can come down below the value of the mortgage. As long as you keep making your mortgage payments, the bank is not going to ask you to pay back the mortgage. We saw this in the 2008 financial crisis down in the US, where homes dropped in value anywhere from 25% and as much as 75% in some cases. So a $100,000 house in some cases went as low as $25,000. If you owned that home with an $80,000 mortgage, you were not required to sell the home to pay back the lender as long as you made that monthly payment each month. And if you held onto that property over a period of 10 years, the property value would have come back to your initial purchase price and even higher. The third reason that real estate is a great investment is that it is one of the best inflation hedges that I know of. This means that you make money because of inflation. Here's how. The money you borrow to purchase real estate usually charges you less interest than the rate of inflation. The rent you charge from this property will go up over time with inflation. The cost to build the same home that you own, the labor, the materials, the land, is also going up with inflation, and this results in the value of real estate going up over time. and the dollars you borrowed to purchase the property stay fixed in the dollar amount. What that means is over time with inflation, that money you've borrowed is actually losing value. Now, the important thing to keep in mind is that an inflation hedge does not mean every single year real estate is going to outperform because of inflation. This shows up over a long period of time. As a result, real estate is a great investment because you can predict its future with a fair degree of certainty. You have very attractive financing options. You get to make money because of inflation. I hope this helps you the next time someone asks you, why is real estate a great investment? It does always go up, with a caveat that maybe only over long periods of time.